We're good.
Good? Alright, first of all, I just want to say Kal Hala Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone.
That's right.
And salutation to Yakins pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Alright, can you get for me second Ezra? I think it's the 16th chapter, the 15th chapter. Let's talk about. Start from the 15th. Hey, watch out, man. There's a camera. Right
If
there.
I had a dime, I would.
How much for your pictures?
What's that?
It's not for sale, man.
Yeah, it's not for sale. Yeah, Jake's all messed up, man.
Yeah.
And Jake being messed up is all according to the curses, man.
That's right.
All according to the curses. You Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians, 99% of you guys are fucked. The other one are in the truth.
Yeah.
It's really how it works, man.
That's right. Because today is a child tax payment.
Yeah,
Now they're gonna get fucking drunk.
And it's also so-called, 420 for weed. So they're spending their money on drugs and getting drunk, man.
You know?
Yeah, man. Like as much as we want to blame the so-called white man, really,
It starts with Israel.
Exactly, man. Really, it's the curses, man.
It's the curses.
The white man is doing his thing,
Yeah, he's just doing his job.
right?
Yeah,
Again, everything the so-called white man is doing does not mean, that just because he's doing what he's supposed to do does not mean that he's void of judgment, man.
Yeah.
He still will get judged, but
so will 2/3 of Israel.
exactly, but when you really dig deep to it, reason why we're in this condition is because of the curses, man. The white man's gonna do what the white man's gonna do what the white man will do regardless. It's just because of because of the curses. Hence why we're at this state, man.
And then before you get Ezra, you get Jeremiah 3:30, so start from 30.
Jeremiah.
Yeah, read yours first. Since we're talking about the curses and the state of mind we're in.
Deuteronomy 28:15 and read, but it shall come to pass if thou will not hearken.
Start from 14.
14. It says Deuteronomy 28:14. It says, and thou shalt not go aside from any of the word which I commanded thee this day.
Which is Moses speaking this to the Israelites, which is the commandment from Most High Yahweh. Alright, because Moses went up on top of the mountain and got the commandments written down on the stone and gave it to Moses and gave it to Israel. This is the beginning of the First Testament, or of the Old Testament. Like what's it saying? First Testament, Old Testament, same thing. The first covenant. This is the first covenant. Is the laws, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, which is showing you. Before Moses, you had Joseph, who basically like the movie, Esau made that movie, Joseph, King of Dreams.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, King of Dreams. So, Joseph, when he got framed for committing a so-called adultery, but the Pharaoh's woman tried to commit adultery with him, he ran away. So guess what? The laws were already in the hearts and the minds, pursuant to Hebrew, were already in the minds. We're already in the
artist, excuse me, yeah.
What's up?
Excuse me, monsieur, sir.
What? You have a question?
No, I just got back from Ontario, so I got French going on,
Okay, so just listen if you don't have a question.
Excuse me.
It's all good. Anyways, like I was saying,
that's nice line.
like I was saying, the laws were already written in Israel's spirit. They already knew what to do and what not to do, but we kept going off so much. The Lord had finalized, and it's not just 10 Commandments. Yeah. Because that's another thing that these churches, these grape drinkers preach. They think it's just the 10 Commandments and they forget about all of Leviticus, all of Deuteronomy.
Yeah, the first 5 books.
Yeah, the first 5 books.
That's right. That's
right. So it's the whole. I think it's like 316.
613.
Or 613.
And then some
laws.
too.
And then some too. Yeah, really, and then some too. Because you even go into the New Testament, what the Lord says not to do and what to do is a law. It doesn't have to say law on top of it for you to know it's a law, right?
Exactly.
You have to have some kind of spiritual common sense.
Yeah, exactly. And then also, like in the time,
Biblical common sense.
Biblical common sense. That's better said.
There you go, right? And then also, like at the time, before the Lord actually, basically,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So basically, like like in the time before the Lord, He basically like God rid of everything, by the way of the flood. They knew, what sin was and what sin wasn't, because the Lord said that what wickedness was in the earth. Therefore, He had to destroy them, right?
Yeah, that's Genesis 6. Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
Right, Khan, because that's the thing, is that the Lord is not going to do something, without you knowing what's right and what's wrong.
Which would make Him
right?
unjust.
Unjust, exactly.
It's a just power.
Exactly. That's why the
right?
Lord He set up by Noah to preach.
There you go. Yeah,
That's a good point.
There you go.
That's a beautiful point. You want to preach if there's no
if there's no
wickedness.
standard
Yeah,
of
no
this is what you
standard.
can do, what you can't do, right?
Exactly. So
Very,
that's
very
a good point right there, man.
Yeah, and then also, I'm a Noah was, basically like, when the Lord told him to basically like, I'm gonna take the, the different animals, like into the ark, and the Lord, right, and the Lord told him to take like, I'm a clean animal by 7 and the unclean animal by 2. Therefore, he knew, the laws, and which animal was clean and which animal was not clean, right?
Various examples of how they knew the laws without the laws being written down.
Exactly.
Exactly. God, I'm gonna read it again from the top. And thou shalt not go aside from any of the word which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left hand.
Exactly, to the right hand or to the left hand. So, in other words, the scriptures also talk about a double, roughly paraphrasing, an unstable mind, a man with an unstable mind.
Double-minded man.
Yeah.
And all that
That's it, yeah. Double-minded,
Yeah.
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
That's
Which
right.
is basically like an animal.
Yeah.
Because, animals, when they get, because, pursuant to reincarnation, animals, when they die, I think that's Ecclesiastes, it tells you, when they die, their spirit doesn't go back up to the Most High. Because there's nothing to judge, because they don't have no laws.
That's right.
They don't know wrong from right.
Their spirit stays down
This
here. Right?
spirit stays down here, just transfer from one animal to another animal.
That's right. That's exactly a good way to put it.
Exactly. So that's why the only reason why our spirits go back up to the Most High, because we need to be judged. Because we know what's wrong and what's right. So, even if you go back to the time of Genesis, where Yahweh Shai and the angels, they made man, and they made man in their image, which that means with order, upright.
Yeah.
I think as the scripture says, I've made man upright, but they have sought many inventions.
That's right.
So that's Israel, because Israel is the only one that the Lord made upright, right? Because at that time he had 3 classifications of men: son of man, which is these heathens; sons of the wicked, which is Esau; and then sons of the power, which is Israel.
Sons of God. That's all.
Sons of God, Khan, Yasher Allah. He is
Prince of Power.
Yeah, he is the Prince of Power, Khan,
Yeah.
of the power. So the only ones that were given the law, statutes, and commandments were Israel. No other nation.
Alright. I got a piece of for that here. This is in the book of Romans. Romans chapter 7 verse 12. Therefore the law is holy, and that's not the one that I was looking for.
That's true.
This is the book of Romans chapter 3 verse 19. Now we know that what things soever the law saith, it saith to them who are under the law.
Oh, that's it. See? Straight to the point, man.
It's only given to Israel.
Israel's the only one who was under the law first in the New Testament, or in the Old Testament and in the New Testament. Now you might say, but what about the Gentiles? That's where you lack understanding, because the Gentiles are foreign Israelites. Or Israelites, better yet, Israelites who didn't know that they were Israelites. And it's a simple concept, really, if you think about it, because you have, like, for instance, my sister, she's a so-called Nigerian, but she was born in Canada, so she has a Canadian citizenship right away. But she's a so-called Nigerian by blood, right? But that's exactly how you had Israel. You had Israelites who were by blood Israel, but were living in different lands, so you call them Grecians, or Greeks, because they were living in Greece. Italians, or Romans, because they were living in Rome.
Well, I'm a Paul, right? Paul.
Exactly,
you know,
perfect example, Paul.
Yeah, right. But then, like in the book of Romans 11, I believe, he said that he was an Israelite. Right? But you know why? He was born in Rome, right?
That's
So
right.
You know what
That's
I mean?
right. No, that's right. It's a good
Right?
point. Actually,
And I got a piece of here. This is in the book of John, like if I want to bring this out, I just got to find it.
I'm going to finish that Deuteronomy for you because there's more meat in it. And I got the rest of the piece of that.
I'll kind of find it.
okay, read that and then you go back to that. Actually, let me read this real quick.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
This is Acts 18 and 1. It says, after these things, Paul departed from Athens and came to Corinth, and found a certain Jew named Aquila, born in Pontus, lately come from Italy with his wife Priscilla. So it's showing that you had Israelites with Jews who are Israelites that were living in Italy. So because they were living in Italy and didn't know also, do you have a piece back for that?
Yeah.
No, okay, hold on to Jude 1.
Jude 1?
Yeah, well, it's only one chapter, but Jude 1. Because they didn't have the remembrance of who they were over time. You had Jews who still knew they were Jews and knew they were Israelites, and that's where they were keeping the custom and stuff. But you had Israelites who didn't know they were Israelites, and so whatever land they were living in, they kept the customs of that land. That's why, sometimes scriptures keep flowing, because now I want to think about Deuteronomy.
That's beautiful. That's true.
Because when you're sent, because that was a part of the curses, being sent out among these heathens and being the tail and them being the head. And keeping them, because we're dispersed and among these heathens, we're going to be keeping their customs, especially if the Most High took the remembrance away from us. And over years, it got worse and worse. Eventually, there was a time where all of Israel didn't know they were Israel. But now we're waking up through the power of Yahweh Shai, beginning with Abba Bibbins on down to the apostles today, and the other brothers, man.
Jude 1 and 1?
Yeah, Jude 1 and 1.
Okay, now book of Jude 1 and 1 in the read, it says, Jude, the servant of Yahweh Shahamashiach, the brother of James, to them that are sanctified by the Most High Yahweh the Father.
Jump to 6.
It's to 6?
Yeah.
Verse 6. Okay, Jude 1 and 6 in the read, and the angel which kept not their first state.
Which the angels that did not keep their first estate are talking about Israelites.
That's right.
Israelites, we are the angels that didn't keep our first estate. What's our first estate? The laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Like for instance, you say, okay, you're naturally inclined to eat African food because you're from Africa, right? So-called Africa. So that would be your first estate. Just like us in Israel, our first estate, our natural inclination was towards laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Because that's essentially what we're made to do.
That's right.
Serve the Most High. So we were the angels that fell from our first estate, because people like to think that, Satan had a fight with the Most High, and he lost. It took 2/3 of the Israelites, or 2/3 of the angels, which are Israelites, took 2/3 of the angels down with him, and he was sanctioned down to this place called hell, where you burn forever.
That's right.
It's bullshit, because when you own a system, a kingdom, you're a king, and you own a kingdom, and then you have people within your kingdom coming up against you, that means you have lost control.
That's right.
You got a precept?
Yeah, I got a
read that real quick.
precept. Second answer is 8 and 20. O Lord, thou that dwellest in everlasting, which holdest from above things in the heaven and in the air. Okay? And it says, whose throne is inestimable, whose glory may not be comprehended, before whom the host of angels stand with trembling.
See?
Whoa! So all of the angels stand with trembling, man.
Yeah, so they fear the Lord.
God, that's including Satan, man.
Yeah, because you know what? Because you know what?
That's a good point.
Yeah, because you know what? Satan, he's also an angel
That's
of
right.
the Lord, but on the left-hand side.
That's it.
Right? Like it tells you in the book of Job, you know what? the sons, of the
man,
Lord,
yeah.
came,
Yeah.
and Satan came among them too. So Satan is also the son of the Lord Yahweh, but on the left hand side,
Con.
right?
See, the thing is, the Lord deals with righteous, a just balance, man.
Yeah.
You have, just like you have the number one angel on the right hand side being Yahweh Shai,
yeah.
the number one angel on the left hand side is Satan, man.
That's right.
That's how that works.
Balance. It's
So,
beautiful.
yeah, Con, because that reminds me of this month from April 18th to about May 20th, if I'm not mistaken. This time around is the Esau's sacrificial days.
Yeah.
Holidays where most
April
of the
19, I believe.
to
Which
May.
was actually
A couple days ago. Yeah, Con,
Which
it
was
was
just
2 days
like-
ago, yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, just yesterday.
Because it's today's the 20th. Right?
Yeah,
Today's the
exactly.
20th.
Because they have this is where they go to that Bohemian
Bohemian Grove,
yeah,
yeah.
called
Yeah.
Bohemian Grove, and they worship that Molech.
They eat shit.
Yeah, they do a bunch of vile stuff, man.
You know?
Eat dung,
know?
drink each other's pit, like a bunch of vile stuff, sleep with each other.
No more.
And all the people that are there are the top elites, like the ones who are ruling this earth, top rankings. The Bush family is there, which I heard that the Bush family is actually worth
The
a
Skull and
couple
Bones.
trillions,
The Skull and
which
Bones,
is
that's
crazy.
the Wood family.
Yeah, Skull and Bone. You got the Clintons are there. Best believe all the banking families are there.
That's right.
Even these high-ranking athletes and high-ranking
Beyonce, Jay-Z,
Jay-Z,
LeBron.
LeBron, those guys, they're all there too.
That's like a guy like a Michael Jordan too.
Yeah.
High rank,
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Michael Jordan will have to be there. You know. So what they do is they commit sacrifices onto Molech, which is another way for saying Molech is in the scriptures, which is another way for saying Baal, which means devil.
That's right.
You know.
I got this.
And they go in, man. They go in and they sacrifice. They sacrifice humans. Okay, they sacrifice children, from children up to old people, man.
And that's all Jakes is sacrificing. All Jakes, you know.
Well,
the
that
kids-
makes me think about this Isaiah Thomas thing.
You know?
Him losing his sister.
Yo,
I sincerely
the dude
believe.
sacrificed his sister,
Con,
bro.
I sincerely believe he sacrificed his sister for more fame. Because this guy came out of stardom right away.
Yeah. And the dude is still losing, bro.
Yeah, Con, he's still losing in the playoffs. See, Con.
Yo, Esau fucked him up, but yo.
But he
I
might be
gotta
getting
switch
a
it.
big check in the next couple of years for his contract.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. It's the book of Romans 11:4. But what saith the answer of Yahweh Bashim Yahushan to him? I have I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed down, who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
Yeah, Con, Baal.
Yeah.
What scripture is that?
That's the book of Romans chapter 11 verse 4.
Con. So yeah, Baal, which is same Molech today.
That's right,
It's like
man.
a 40-foot owl that they worship and sacrifice people and all type of things to.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
And they actually have conversations with the spiritual demon Satan, man.
Yeah.
Which is funny because Satan, they actually believe that they're on that's why they call themselves the Illuminati, the illuminated ones, which means light bearer. The light.
That's actually.
Exactly. The light being the wisdom and the truth. Which they don't possess the truth. We have the truth and the wisdom of Yahweh Shemir Shai.
Yeah.
But Satan is set up to make them believe that we're the enemies.
Yeah.
So they sincerely believe that we're the enemies and that, Satan's actually warring with the Most High, like in the book of Enoch.
Yeah.
That's why we had to come up against us.
That's right, man.
Where Satan's just working right beside, he's just fulfilling laws from the Most High.
That's right. That's right, man. With these demons, they're the true black people, man.
Yeah, Con. If you
they're-
want to go into that word,
Right?
meaning void, black,
Yeah.
wickedness.
Darkness, like, you know what? They call themselves, Illuminati, but they truly don't deserve that name, man.
Yeah, Con.
You
That's
know,
right.
we do, man.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
because we got the knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bashim Shai, which is the light right here, man.
That's right.
You mentioned something about.
You
Oh yeah,
are.
go ahead.
No, that's the book of
Yes,
No,
everyone-
no.
okay, good.
Book of Deuteronomy 20, 31 and 29 and a week. For I know that after my death, you will utterly corrupt yourselves, and turn aside from the way which I have
Moses
commanded.
speaking, right?
That's what
What I'm saying, yeah.
That's what which I have commanded thee